Welcome to the Swirl Suite, everybody. Hey.
Hi, I'm Tanisha, Girl Meets Glass, and yeah, that's me. Thank you very much.
Glynis.
Well, hello everyone. We're swirling in a swirl suite this evening. I'm Glennis Hill, also known as Vino Noir on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and also as Ari Wine on Twitter. On Twitter and Facebook. So, welcome to our guest.
And we
Thank
have a
you.
special guest. Please.
Hi,
And
Yeah,
who are
yes.
I'm Tahiirah. Hi, I am the founder and current only sommelier at Hue Society. I also have another smaller organization called Sipping Socials, but that's on ice right now.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm so glad that you are
Thanks.
here. We cannot wait to
You for
hear more
having
about
me.
the Hue Society. Now, tell us a little bit about how you got into wine in the first place.
So wine for me really started in college. I was in a lot of leadership positions, and I went to Penn State University. So very, very Caucasian school.
That it
And
is, yes.
yeah, so I used to have to go to these receptions and all these things with like the vice provost and the president and that kind of stuff. So they always served wine and different stuff like that. So it just kind of became a second nature for me throughout college. I mean, once I was legal, I didn't start drinking till I was 21.
Girl, our listeners, we don't even
Stop
have
it, girl.
Well, we don't know. It's illegal to start.
Yeah,
Might
right.
be the only college
But
student
yeah.
that did that.
I know, right? So it just I got intrigued by it because back then, and I'm not telling y'all when I graduated, but it was a while ago.
Stop it.
Girl,
But back then, a lot of people, why was kind of like this foo-foo thing. Like now it's more modern, it's more like a part of an everyday thing. But then it was like a foo-foo celebration, and it just like boggled my mind. Like, why are you guys like? Why is everybody all halty now? Because you got a wine glass in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And so that really intrigued me. And then I started noticing like the lack of people that looked like me. And that was the first time I noticed it. And I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, not as a whole, but just like,
Sure.
that drinks wine.
Yeah.
And so, when I would tell my friends like, oh, I had this such and such, they'd be like, nobody drinking that, especially not in college. You drinking Natty Ice and Jose Cuervo and Bacardi Limon when you get a chance. Everybody was drinking wine. So
And your wine was Boone's Farm if you drank it. Like, let's
right,
let's keep it
like-
all the way live.
it
right,
was
like you wanted
reuniting. It
something.
was reuniting.
Oh, Franzia.
Oh yeah, that too. So it was just like, oh, all right, I can kind of see, but I saw how I kind of at that point saw like how different people treated you when you could, hold a glass of wine versus, you standing there like swirling it from the bowl or something, like stuff like that. So that kind of really intrigued me, and I was like, oh, there's something to this. So I was like, all right, well, let's explore this a little bit. Hey, we can't do this right now. Right now. In a second, bit. Yeah,
I
so
don't care about your little Skype call.
not at all. Not at all. If you can see, she almost had my shirt up at my shoulders. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep, she's trying it.
He's like,
Okay.
because I'm thirsty, all right?
I don't know how much y'all can see. You gotta let me know.
We'll be like,
Cause you can
cut!
see my head from here down. Like we're. Yeah,
We
let
can just
me
see
know.
you chin up. That's fine.
Oh,
Right.
that's good.
You know,
That's
we just
good.
see the bottom of your earrings up.
Oh, okay, good. All right. So yeah, that was how I initially started like into wine, like my interests.
Mm-hmm. And so, how did it go from that to you studying at the Philadelphia School of Wine?
Well, when I graduated from college, I've always loved doing events. I started working for an event company, and it didn't work out. And then I got into the restaurant industry, and it just so happened that one of the jobs that I had was own, well, no, the wine program was done by this lady called Emily Wines. And she was the first master som that I had ever heard of. And so I was just like, holy crap, like this is the thing? Like, I didn't know, like, you know, I was like, oh, all right. So from there, I just thought it was so amazing, like, that this woman was, you know, because, you know, wine is a very, at the time, again, very male dominated kind of thing. So for this woman to have the label of master, for one, and then, you know, she was like running this entire wine program from California. So she was running several different wines. She ran it for the entire hotel group, which, you know, they had several hotels. I thought it was so dope. And so I was in Philly, and I'm from Philly. So, you know, I was home at the time, and I found a wine program. I was like, I could do this. Like, I could definitely do this, and I can teach people. And like, that's okay, cool. Let's go. So that's kind of how that's when I realized, like, oh, this is like for real, for real. And then I went to Europe for a month by myself. I took a trip. I traveled around Europe, and it's so different over there. Like, I mean, I'm sure you know that, like, so different over there with wine, and, you know, the way people perceive it, the way people drink it, and, you know, approach it and everything. And that really pushed me to, like, okay, I'm going back to America. I'm going to really, like, dive into this. Because at the time, I think I had only taken one course in wine. And then I wanted to go to Europe and see, like, how it was over there. And then when I came back, I finished. I kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. And, you know, the courses are great, but I really believe that my European experience was definitely a teacher versus the courses where, you know, you're learning all the technical stuff, you know, olfactory glands and all of that kind of stuff. But Europe, when you're drinking all of these different wines, you're actually, you know, tasting it and seeing, like, the culture of it and all these different places. That's where I really got my education. And that's when I learned, like, this is not about books. This is about experience. And so you know, you got to drink. I mean, I'm sorry to tell you, girl, you got to drink.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Darn, man. I was like, sheesh, drink.
Say that again. We got to do what?
Right. You gotta drink. No,
Right. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. You gotta drink and you gotta travel. Like, you gotta see these places, see the vineyards,
Right.
touch the soil. You gotta get all that in.
Yep. But, you know, when you come from a place where wine is not common, and, you know, if it is, it's usually something sweeter. It definitely is a challenge to figure out how you fit into that world and how you fit into the scope of things. And for me, it was like, okay, I can figure this out. I'm fully believe I can figure almost anything out. What the challenge for me was bringing people along with me. Like, I was interested in it, but I had gotten into it from a different avenue. And nobody was approaching me like, hey, you should do this because this is kind of cool. It was like, oh, all right, I see how this is going. But coming in, you know, approaching people who are not used to drinking wine or have no interest in it, or, you know, it doesn't get you drunk fast enough, or, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, all these perceptions, like, drilling through those perceptions, especially in North Philadelphia.
Born and raised. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, that's West Philly. Shout out to Will Smith. That's West Philly.
Right.
But,
I'm like,
you know,
He's like, hear this podcast. Hey, Will.
Hey, Will. You know, I met him once. He came to, I was working at the St. Regis in Miami, and he came in, and he came up to me. He's like, excuse me, you are so beautiful. I was like, you just saying it because I'm from Philly. Well, he didn't even
a little bit.
right?
Get out of here.
He wasn't flirting though. He was really genuine. He's a very, very nice guy.
Huh.
And he's like, what's your name? It's like, you know, you're really good at your job. You're really good. I was like, thank you. That was my validation right there. Okay. So yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead, sorry.
Okay, no. So from there, like, how did you decide that you wanted to create the Hue Society, and is there a meaning behind the name?
So Hue Society has been years in the making. Like I said, I had worked at the St. Regis. I worked at a couple of different high profile restaurants in Miami. I left Philly in 2011 and moved to Miami. And when I first got there, I didn't even have a wine job. Like, they kept trying to make me a cocktail server.
Always. Mm-hmm.
And I just was not having it. So when I got there initially, I worked as a cocktail server, but I studied my ass. Can you cuss on here?
Yes, you can.
I studied
Bleep.
studied my
Right.
ass
Only Sarita
off,
can cuss.
okay? Seriously, like, it was crazy. I would go to work. I made flashcards, like, during my break. I was just studying my behind off because I was like, this is not my life. And you guys are not going to hold me into this. Like, no. I studied and studied and studied, and everybody knew, like, that was my goal. I was going to be a Psalm. I was getting the hell out of here. Like, nah. And people were okay with that life. Like, in Miami, you can make so much money being a cocktail server. You make so much money being a bartender. Like, you never have to do anything else. The server, all of those kind of like industry jobs, you never have to do anything else. You literally can make your bank, and you don't have any ambition to do anything else because it's like, oh, this is easy. I just gotta, deal with a couple people for a couple hours and I'm out. But me, I was like, nah, this is not like this, I got greater things to do than this. And so I got called to open the St. Regis, and this is a funny story because they called me and they offered me. I did the interview, completely botched it. I was so nervous. Oh my God. I thought I was going, it's this little French guy. I couldn't understand his accent. Oh. He's asking me questions. And I'll never forget, he's like, what are the grapes of like in Italy? What are the different grapes? And he was trying to get me to say Brunello. And I kept saying like Sangiovese. He's like, what's another? I was like, oh. I literally was like, oh, like whatever. And but they called me and they were like, you got the job. I said, oh shit, I'm opening the St. Regis. This is my first Psalm job. Like, that's pretty dope, right?
Yeah.
And then I get there and they were like, like a couple of days before I was supposed to start, they called me back and was like, oh, we want to start you as a cocktail server.
Oh,
what?
I said, oh girl, no.
I quit.
You got me.
Like,
I was like, no. I was like, no, thank you. I can go back to my old cocktail serving job. I'll pass. And it's like, people were like, you're crazy. You're passing on to St. Regis. Yes, I am. Because guess who's not doing, I didn't do all of this, go through all of this grinding to be a cocktail server. Like, nah. So they called me back and was like, okay.
Wow. We was playing.
Right.
I guess they
were trying to call my bluff. Like, oh, could you? Whatever. But while I was there, again, that it hit me like no diversity. It was just, you just not seeing people who look like you. Now, granted, Miami is definitely a place that you don't see a lot of Black people. So it's not like that obscure, but it was still, the guests, like people that were coming in, it just wasn't enough diversity for me. And I was just like, no. So, I worked there and then I went to the next job and it was the same thing. I went to the next job and I was just like, I'm actually pretty good at this and I'm not needed here. Like, my people need me. Because I would get those questions all the time, like, oh, what's a black wine, or you're a Psalm? Like, yeah, can I help you? What you want me to go through the grapes of Chateauneuf the pop right now? Like, what's going on? Yeah, I am. And like, it was just, it's such a interesting position to be in the wine industry as a woman. And then as a person of color, it's definitely like a side eye first.
Right.
And they start testing you instead of saying right what they want, or hey, could you help me with this? It's like a quiz first. It's like, okay,
wow.
So I was just done with it. I just felt like I was more needed in the community with trying to build confidence and knowledge and all of that kind of stuff there. So that's where Hue Society was born from. I had sipping socials first, and I was doing wine events and stuff like that. And then I wanted something bigger. So I had a baby.
Okay,
and,
that's huge.
I left.
It's a little bigger.
I left Miami and came to Atlanta because I didn't want to raise my daughter in Miami. It was just like, no way in hell, it's not gonna happen. And the Hue Society was born here because I wanted, the hue is, color. So it's like all the different colors, we're all different colors. It's different colors of wine. Like it has so many different
I love it.
meanings. And so, Hue Society is meant to be like a place where we can gather in our own rights. Like, the tagline is assimilation not required. Like, it's not zero. Like, you drink the way you need to drink. As long as you're educated about it and you are making educated choices, let's do this. Like, if you want to sip on Moscato until you are 99, knock yourself out. But sip on Moscato because you want to drink Moscato, not because you feel like that's the only option that people are marketing to you, which is what happens to us all the time.
Yeah.
And it's so infuriating to me, especially being in the industry. Like, I know for a fact, I've seen it several times where they tell you, first of all, they automatically offer you sweet wine if you're black.
Oh, yeah.
Or woman.
Exactly.
And then, like I said, I've been working in different restaurants in different, areas, and they train you that way. Say, hey, they only like sweet wine, push this, let's get rid of this. When them, like, stuff like that. And I was just like, nah, like, that's why I was like, the community needs me more on this side than you make a lot of money being a somm, let me tell you. A lot. But there's nothing that for me is more important than community and the development of our community and pushing the culture forward and all of that is nothing that's more prevalent right now or more important than doing that. So, I developed Hue Society. I actually talked to a friend of mine. He's his name is Rich. And he was like, go for it. You should really do it. And yada, yada, yada. And at the time, Rich is the founder of Shea Moisture.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
And at the time, he was like, he's like, yeah. He was like, you need to do this. Like, this is go there. And, people are going to be a little not unreceptive, but, it's kind of like you just have to be prepared for the idea that everybody is not going to be with you.
Sure.
And that's okay. I was like, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But the people who are and the people who need it will get it. And so Hue Society for me was just about bonding and doing it in our own way and, in a very safe place. Getting that knowledge, nobody I'm not trying to make somms. I am trying to make somms. Let me correct that. I am trying to make somms, but I'm not trying to make everybody a somm. You don't want to be a somm. You don't have to be a somm. But I want you to be able to see, I could be if I wanted to.
Sure.
Right. I could be a winemaker if I wanted to. I could be, a vintner. I could be a farmer. I could grow I could do all of these different, I could be a distributor, like all of these different things, which you never really thought before because you didn't see anybody doing it.
Right.
Like, and so that representation for me is just so incredibly important with making sure that we understand where we are, we understand our buying power, and we understand like that we deserve more respect than just, hey, here's some Moscato, or I know you like Riesling or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with those grapes, like I said, but it's just the idea that that's all we drink, and everything is
the assumption that's all we drink.
That's it. Yeah.
But everything is hood or ghetto, right? Until it's appropriated, and then it's cool. So
right,
girl,
right. Because in order for us to drink Moscato, somebody got to make it, and we not making it.
Right.
Like even with the black vendors, like that's not what they doing. So
right. And even in that, you're thinking about the wine industry, you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar industry that on the business side of it, we are not in.
Right.
We're not making strides. We are not reaping the benefits of that. Last year, online sales for wine, direct to consumer was 3.1 billion or something like that. Like, And how much of that was Black owned? Probably about $8 million. So, there's so much education out there and so many things. And you don't even bring race into everything, but it's almost institutionalized racism because they don't pay you any attention. You're not significant to them. You don't matter, in their world, in that wine world. You're not your buying power is ignored. You're not like a pertinent part. They don't even advertise to you. Like, you learn about wine from rappers. Stuff like that. And it's like, if you want to become a farmer, you're not getting the venture capitalists to invest in you. Mm-hmm. Like all of those things, it's like 1.4% get a loan. Like there are numbers, there are things going on that we don't even think to pay attention to. Like you're just like, oh, I don't care. I don't care about wine anyway. Mm-hmm. But you should, because at the end of the day, and I say this all the time, when you are at a business meeting or a luncheon or whatever, and you already have all of these things stacked against you as soon as you walk through the door. Sure. And you may have this amazing interview and whatever, or wine dinner, whatever. And then you say Merlot. Oh my God, that Merlot was delicious. Guess where your brand just went? The toilet. You're not. Like, you're done. And they're going to laugh at you when you leave, but it doesn't have to be like that.
Well, they're going to laugh at you while you're there in your face.
I mean, seriously, that's what Hue Society is about. Like, not pushing it in your face, but just putting it out there. And so eventually you'll start to see like, oh, okay, I could get with this, or this is cool, or, and on the other end of it, giving these brands a platform that they can, put their energy and their hard work and, their family business can get seen and get some sort of recognition and, support. Most importantly, like, Rich spoke at my brunch at Essence, and he said, it's not important that, it's not so much that you have to only drink black wine, but you should be drinking black wine. Mm-hmm. You didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
speaking of Essence, please give us a little recap. Yes. Thank you for that. Tell us about your experience at Essence. How did that go? And what kind of event did you have?
So at Essence, I did 2 events. I did one event was called the Black Wine Experience, where I invited a whole ton of Black-owned brands. So that included distributors who may not have all Black brands under their distribution. Obviously, vintners, winemakers, whatever. And it was so amazing. Honestly, I was so happy with that event because it did so much for so many other people and their families. Like, I had one woman tell me, like, I didn't think that I would be able to compete on a bigger scale. So I always stayed in my little community. She's like, but when you asked me to come to Essence, I wasn't going to come. But I was like, you know what, let me take a chance. And she was like, I'm so glad that I did. And now it's like, you see her wine everywhere, and it was like, that is amazing. That is what we got to do. Like,
Wait, which wine was it?
Who is it?
A Sip and Share.
Oh yeah. She's been on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
love her. You know what? And she came. She flew all the way to Richmond to hear us speak when it was me and another other member of a Swirl Suite. Yeah, a few years ago, we were on a panel and she flew all the way. You talk about support. That girl will support us.
She is.
She is so supportive.
She is the bomb. She really is. And the thing is, she will grind. Like, she grinds.
Yeah.
And she deserves it. And, like, for her to get mentioned on XO Nicole and stuff like that, like, that is what this is about. It's about community. It's about us supporting each other. It's about us building each other up. And it's like, oh, people are like, oh shit, I didn't even know that this existed. Like, yeah, that's where we're going with this.
Yeah.
So the Black Wine Experience was amazing. Like, not everybody was able to show up, but a couple people sent in their wines. I had to buy a couple, but that is what it is.
Yeah.
But people sent in, their samples and stuff like that, and it was amazing. It sold out. It was you're not drinking wine. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Especially not camera.
I mean, seriously, she he was in New Orleans with me, and she kept foregoing her water cup for a wine glass, and I was like, listen, I don't give this girl wine. I don't know where she got that from.
It's like, no, I've been trained up.
She wants the same cup that mommy has.
Exactly. Look at it, like, why you holding your glass like that?
Yeah. And she holds the glass by the stem. Like,
she's gonna be swirling her sippy cup. Like, so listen, on the playground, listen, kids.
It's like, here.
This child right here.
But has hints of creaminess.
So yeah, the black wine experience was amazing, and we're gonna do it again and again and again and again until it's people get it. Mm-hmm. So we're definitely going back to Essence next year, and then we did on Sunday we did a brunch called Roses and Rosé, and that is where the owner of Essence came to speak. We had a couple different kind of high profile people there. The president of the National Negro Women's League was there, and her staff. The McBride sisters came by.
Oh, wow.
It was wonderful. Like, it was an amazing brunch. So, we're going to do that again, but we're going to do it bigger next year, the brunch, as far as being able to have people speak and participate. And I really wanted that brunch to be accessible to the public. Like, it's easy to kind of just make that a industry thing.
Sure.
Right.
But I wanted the public to be able to access that, because that's the point, right? Like, to pique your interest, to see like, oh, could I do this? Or is this something that I really want to do? So I definitely, next year, we're going to kind of section it off and do it a little bit bigger and have some speakers and stuff like that. We focused on women in wine this year. So, I'm already kind of putting next year together and lining people up and getting hotels blocked and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, Essence, honestly, it was amazing. I had to literally sit back like, I can't we are for this shit. Not like I didn't believe that I couldn't do it, but it was kind of just like, I'm a one-man band over here. So putting stuff together and, for it to have the outcome that it did in its first year, completely amazing. Speaking of that brunch, I need to upload those pictures. I haven't uploaded the pictures yet.
We waiting. We checking the IG. Like, is she gonna put these pictures?
Oh my God, child! Let me tell you, running IG ain't no joke.
It's really not.
It's a job in itself.
Mm-hmm. We all got that job, and it is a lot.
Exactly.
I am not even. I can't wait till I make some money so I can hire somebody to do that, because. But yeah, I really am.
Get an intern.
I'm sorry.
Get an intern.
Oh yeah, I'm trying. Trust me. Intern. The universe is going to send me an amazing intern, because Lord knows.
And also, we just put it out there, so there you go.
There you go.
Exactly.
You vibe.
Yes. Send them all over here. I am receiving them in this wine glass right here.
Yes, indeed.
Definitely congratulations on pulling off the event at Essence. That is
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank like you. That before, and there definitely is a need for it. And a space for it. And it was something you learned for that you want to like do kind of different or add to it next year. You mentioned you want to go bigger.
Mm-hmm. So next year, I would definitely, for the Black Wine Experience, I definitely need a bigger space. So the thing is, I could have went to my friend and said, hey, I want to be an official part of Essence. I want you to put me on this thing and yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. But I really wanted to do this on the kind of outside. And I wanted people to see the need for it. Mm-hmm. Like, how's this been going on and you haven't had any wine events here?
Right.
So, next year, we definitely plan to be like an official part. We'll have a bigger venue. We will have more wine. And there was a ton of wine, but I really want to work on it now so that people will be able to get there. Because it was a lot of people like, oh my God, because it was last minute when I sent it out. Like that was my fault. The invitations went out last minute. So, I want the invitations to go out a lot earlier this year so people can plan and, have room and, be able to get all of their ducks in a row, all your marketing, like everything. And, just make it more and more educational every time. Like, I feel like people left there and a lot of people are like, oh my God, thank you. Like, this was so amazing because I didn't even know that this existed. Like, that these brands existed, like that kind of stuff. And I need more of that. I need more brands to come in and get those highlights. I need, more brands in like bigger publications and stuff like that. Like, that's my goal for Essence, is to keep on like creating this platform and making it bigger and bigger and bigger until you don't have to say, oh, I didn't know that there was such thing as black winemakers or black wine, or where do you find black wine? I don't want to do that. Like that. I want it to be like, oh yeah, this is such and such and such and such. I had that at Essence, or I know where to get that, or, that kind of thing. And like I said, for the brunch, it's definitely about building out, making it a bigger seminar driven kind of thing, accessible to the public, but with, I guess you would say, high profile people who are in the industry or who, who have some sort of influence in business and stuff like that, so that they can also get that that knowledge from them. So Essence next year is definitely going to be I got anxiety already.
Well, don't get anxiety, just get hyped. Like, Essence next year is gonna be lit. Wine's gonna be available. It's a
cycle. I start with anxiety and then I'm like, oh yeah, this shit is bomb. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's
go. Exactly. Keep the
I'm in anxiety phase right now, just like planning, like, oh, okay, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. But I was happy with Essence for the first year for sure.
That's great. So, what is everybody drinking? Because everybody is drinking wine right now. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking, I had to put the bottle across the room because my daughter had it, but I am drinking South African wines, Footprints. It's a South African cab.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tanisha, what are you drinking?
Right, and I'm drinking tonight. Yay!
I saw your glass.
I'm drinking rosé because it's hot. So.
Very nice. Glennis, what are you drinking?
I am drinking something that we got at the Wine Bloggers Conference.
Really? Oh, you still got bottles from that?
I was just about to say that.
You still got bottles from that?
I bought a whole suitcase back, so I can't drink all this stuff.
Right, but that was like a while ago.
It's actually a split. And it's... Oh, wait a minute.
Okay. Oh, no, I know that bottle.
Canvas by Michael Mondavi family.
Okay.
It's 2015 cab. This was... I was like, oh, this is going to be all right. I was like, oh my God, it's phenomenal. You know I love Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah.
Especially California cab. Oh my God. This thing is marvelous.
Yes. Michael Mondavi makes good wine. I'm not a huge Mondavi fan, but
me neither.
They surprise you sometimes. Like, all right.
Exactly. And that's what this was. I was like, oh my gosh, it's smooth, all of fresh fruit. I was like, oh, I take your word.
Yeah,
I'll take your word for it.
So I'm drinking Vermentino today.
Oh, nice.
It's humid here, so I like it. I don't know why people sleep on Vermentino. I think it's
I love Vermentino.
Gosh, it's great.
I love Vermentino. It's so refreshing.
It really is.
I love Vermentino. The best. One of my favorite Italians.
So you are in Atlanta. What's the wine scene like in Atlanta? I've been to maybe a few wine bars there, but outside of that, like I don't know any wineries or that are nearby or anything like that.
I think the closest winery is probably like an hour away.
Okay.
I haven't had the chance to get there. I travel a lot with the kid. So, we just be out. We're trying to build this whole thing out. Sure. So I rarely have time to actually enjoy myself with just chilling.
Yeah.
So I haven't gone to the winery yet. But the wine scene is actually pretty good. I've gone to a couple wine dinners. They have some pretty cool wine bars here, and like the wine shops hold tastings and different stuff like that. Yeah. So I think it's cool, but I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect. And what I mean is, you kind of see the same people over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And the people that you see are very nice, very kind people, but they're kind of in a different class, if I want to say that.
Okay.
So I feel like Atlanta is definitely the perfect place for me to be right now.
Okay. Oh, and congrats on Atlanta. The drinking law has changed at brunch. You can now have mimosas at 11 o'clock instead of 12:30.
It's ridiculous. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. I didn't even know that when I got here. I was like, what?
Isn't that dumb?
Like, why do you care when I drink?
Right.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, if you don't sell them like in the store, like you can't buy liquor or wine or whatever earlier in the day. But if you're out at a restaurant, I mean, you already eating, like drink up.
But that's the culture here, right? It's like wine is a plus, is a pleasure or whatever. It's not a part of the culture as a food like it is over in Europe and stuff like that.
Because
big we drink eye roll.
Whatever we feel like.
Yeah.
Just antiquated laws.
Simple-minded people.
Wow. So they moved it up an hour.
Yeah. We might have to do a show on weird liquor laws and weird alcohol
absolutely.
laws.
Whoa, you are welcome to come back. You are welcome.
Yeah, I think we got to do a show on that.
Yo, we should. Like it's my show. That's funny.
You're definitely welcome to come back.
I have a lot to say about that because it's just ridiculous. Like, literally, there's zip codes that you can't ship wine to. Like,
you can ship wine to the entire state of Maryland for forever.
Oh, we're
just a couple years ago. Yeah. Yep. And in Chicago, they can't advertise happy hour specials or have specials on drinks.
Yeah, in Virginia it's the same way.
You can't have it on drinks. Yeah.
And Pennsylvania still has some of the same antiquated laws that Maryland has.
Yeah. Pennsylvania still state
laws for prohibition.
They're getting a little better.
Yeah.
Prohibition, and they just never got over it.
Exactly.
But now they see how much money you can make from direct sales. And so they're starting to be a little lenient, but also stricter on, different. It's eye roll.
I guess we got our next show topic.
There it is.
So Rita, I'll put the rest in your hands because, you're the wrangler.
Hey. Okay, so now that we've talked about wine and the Hue Society, we got some rapid random questions for you.
Okay, right. I'm ready. Wait, hold on.
All right. Take 2 deep breaths.
Okay. What is your go-to cocktail?
Oh shit. I don't even listen. I don't really drink a lot of hard liquor. I love beer.
Okay.
All right.
I love beer.
Okay.
There was a point where I drank more beer than I drank wine.
Me too.
And then my belly started stretching, and I was like, you're gonna reel that back in. But I love beer.
Okay. All right. Who would play you in your TV movie? All y'all can answer this is actually.
Who would play me? You mean as far as looks or like personality?
Either one. So
I really believe that Gabrielle Union is my spirit animal.
Okay. All right.
I'm so like, oh my, and if I heart you. Oh, that's not a heart. That's a circle. But I can't make a heart because I'm holding my phone. But listen, I love Gabrielle Union.
We get it.
Like,
okay.
It's so bomb.
Yeah. Okay. Tanisha English, y'all gonna answer?
Yeah.
Nia Long.
Okay, I see you.
I wouldn't have been hers. And also, I'm like so late to the party. I just watched the Roxanne movie over the weekend.
Really?
So yeah, I was also like, oh wait, I didn't know this was sad. So this wasn't a good choice for that.
She was so good in that though.
She was.
She was, but I'm like, this is sad, and this isn't the mood I wanted to be in. Sad. But yeah, Nia Long or Taraji P. Henson.
Okay.
Just because I like her whole sister girl, I'm classy, but then when I'm with my friends, I won't. And that's kind of how I act. So.
Glennis, you got anybody in mind?
Well, Tanisha just said her. It would probably be Taraji for certain aspects.
I'll let her be in your movie. It's fine.
Thank you.
She finished recording.
You're loaning people out.
Right. She's just an understudy of mine, so it's okay. Nia Long is my first choice. It's
fine. Yeah, definitely Taraji, I do believe.
Okay.
I can see that for you.
And you?
You know,
Sabrina be trying to act like she's not gonna answer this question. She'll move to the next one.
I'm gonna go with a younger version of. I'm sorry, wait. I mean, she still looks young, but I'm gonna go with Angela Bassett. We don't look anything alike, but
no. But listen,
we might have some similar personalities.
Angela is a good one.
I know.
I mean, Angela is the mama of all of us, so.
She is.
Yeah. She is like the mama of all of us. Oh, Sarita, that works.
That's so funny.
All right. Okay. Next question. Do you eat cheesesteaks? Like, do you eat meat? If so, who has the best? Your spot?
I don't eat meat anymore.
Oh, okay.
But I did grow up eating meat. And I'm going to tell you guys a secret. All of these cheesesteak places that they're advertising, Alessandro's, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. You find the best cheesesteaks in the hood.
Sure.
On the corner store. Food be in the hood.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where you find the best cheesesteaks. If you want to be a tourist, you go to those places. If you want to find the genuine cheesesteak that we be talking about,
exactly,
you go to the hood. That's where you find the best cheesesteaks.
All right. Do y'all eat cheesesteaks, Glennis, Tanisha?
I haven't had one in a long.
Not since the last time I was in Philly.
So, have you guys ever heard of King Kieran? He's a comedian.
No.
He's like he's really funny. He's an Instagram comedian. And he was in, I think he's from like Houston or something like that, but he was in Philly today and eating a cheesesteak, like a damn burrito, like rolled up, eating it from the top. I was like,
wait, what? I don't even understand how you do that. I'm confused.
He was biting into it like it was a hot dog or a burrito or something like. And I was so offended. And I don't even eat cheesesteak, but I was just like, that's not how you eat a Philly cheesesteak. Like you have to be stopped. Like now. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's not how this works.
Yeah, no, bruh. So somebody, next time you have a tour guide or something, because don't do that. And put it on Instagram.
Oh.
Lies in the seat.
I thought he was doing something. Like,
oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay.
Now I'm like, I gotta look him up. I can't focus no more.
Right. Tanisha, just send it to all of us.
Right.
Listen, you know I am.
Okay. So this question is for you. What's something that you said you would never do as a mom, but you ended up doing anyway?
Oh, child. Everything.
She said one thing? How long is this show?
But you know what? Because when you see kids like what you consider misbehaving or whatever, throwing tantrums, yada yada, you're always like, oh no, that would never be me, or I would such and such. Nah, B, you ain't got no control over that. Like it's just gonna happen. It's gonna happen at the worst time, and you just gonna have to deal with it. And how you deal with it is gonna make the difference. Mm-hmm. I walk over her, I step over, and I continue my journey. Mm-hmm. But there are moms who are just completely distressed, like, oh my God. And people look at you because your child's screaming in the middle of the store. People are going to look at you. Mm-hmm. And you have some people who are compassionate because obviously it's not fun for you either. Right. Can we highlight that? It's not fun for the parents either. Mm-hmm. But and then you have people who look at you with disgust, like, you can't control your cat. Like, no, you can't. And that is probably the biggest thing that I learned from being a parent. Is like, you can't control. Like, you really can't control it. And it just took me to a place where I just realized, like, your children are not born or brought here to be controlled. They're brought here to be, you set boundaries, but you have to let them grow and develop into who they're going to be as human beings when you set them out into the world. You can't control somebody for 18 years and then kick them out and be like, oh yeah, good luck. Like, I hope you can fend for yourself.
Woo! Preach.
Like, no.
That's
so
kids still at home.
Right. So that's probably the one thing that I thought I was going to be able to do is control, like, oh, she's not going to do this, she's not going to do that. But I know what her personality was going to be like. And let me tell you, she is a handful. She's amazing, but she's a handful. And so I've learned to just give her boundaries, but I don't want to stifle all of those things that she is, because they're going to be wonderful when she's older. And so that would be my answer to that. I mean, I could go into a list of things, but that is probably the lesson in the list. Because woo, child, let me tell you this one.
All right, so the next question. All right, an ice cream truck rolls up in front of your house right now. What do you get?
I know exactly.
Give it to me.
We're not in Philly. We in Georgia.
Wherever. Ice cream truck.
If we was in Philly, so in Philly, the ice cream trucks sell water ice and ice cream.
I knew you was gonna say water ice.
I knew it.
I knew you was gonna say water ice. She was like, "Wait, are we in Philly?" I'm like, "She's trying to get that water ice."
I want to get me a water ice and a pretzel because that's.
Wait, they sell pretzels too?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
I mean, you have Mr. Softy who just sells ice cream, and in that case, I would get like a soft serve with sprinkles.
Okay.
But when you get the guy who has both, I'm going for water ice, 100%. Like,
okay. All right.
No doubt.
All right. What about y'all?
I'm getting a push up.
No, I love push-ups. love.
Push up.
Wait, is that like a firecracker?
No.
Nah.
It's like
push pop.
Like orange.
And Flintstones used to be on it. It's
you
round and it's like a push pop.
What flavor? It's orange.
It's like sherbet.
It's
orange.
Orange.
Okay. Oh yeah. I remember those.
Yeah.
And then there was that one with the bubble gum at the bottom. It was shaped like a cone. It had the kind of the same flavor.
Oh yeah.
As the push up, and it had the one piece of bubble gum at the bottom.
It was like blue.
Yep.
Yeah. Dated myself. That's fine.
Tanisha.
That's okay.
I'm getting a strawberry shortcake.
Oh, that's
my second choice.
Okay.
Classic.
The crumbles on the top and
okay.
Classic.
I'm probably the only one that's gonna go savory, salty. So I'm gonna get
a bag of chips.
I am. I'm getting salt and vinegar. I'm getting salt and vinegar Utz.
Girl, you can get them at the store on the corner. Like, not
all the bodegas.
I'm getting salt and vinegar Utz. And I'm getting a drumstick. Drumstick with the.
Oh, I used to love drumsticks.
So I always get the sweet and the savory. So salt and vinegar and a drumstick.
So when you were 6, you were like, I need sweet and savory.
Right?
I would be like, how much money do I have? If I have a
palate. She
listen,
said, excuse me, sir.
Right.
Do you have any more salt and vinegar chips?
Exactly. Because you ain't had them.
Rita got to lean up to the thing. Excuse me, sir.
Like, hold on. I got $1. I got $1. I can get 2 things. Those are the 2 things I'm going to get.
That is hilarious.
And ice cream man talking about, who's calling me?
Right. He's looking down like, who's asking for these salt vinegar chips? I don't know.
Okay.
Hello?
All right. What is your favorite hair care product right now?
So right now, because I colored my hair, Shea Moisture has this.
Girl, it better be Shea Moisture.
Because
you better plug it.
We're gonna have to edit it out.
He has this. God, what is it? Oh, the castor oil line. The intense castor oil.
Like castor oil.
It is amazing for my hair. Like it's like fluffy. Like, you know, when you color your hair, it definitely becomes stringy and like dried out, but that stuff does wonders for my hair. But I won't lie, like before I colored my hair, it was too thick, like too whatever. It wouldn't work. But amazing. So right now, that's my thing. Yeah.
Okay. Tanisha, Glennis?
Mine is Moroccan oil. The glue, the brand Moroccan oil, not the one that use argan, and it's the blue one. I use everything: the hydrating lotion, the oil itself, the spray, the holding spray, the mousse. I use the whole line. I think it's marvelous.
Can you not take your diaper off, please?
You won't give me a glass of wine, Mom.
Right.
I gotta show some
either give me wine or this is what's happening, okay?
She's naked.
Gotta shake what my mama gave me.
She's naked. I just...
And drop it like it's hot. Drop
it
just
like is what
it is. She like, I'm at home.
Think you never... Right.
I can be free.
She ain't even...
Think you be doing that as a mom.
She ain't worried about near one of us.
I had talked about diapers, but here.
Tanisha, what's your hair product?
Hair product.
Nothing?
Water? I don't know.
Stop
coconut oil?
Hilarious. Coconut oil is good, though.
It is. Well, for me, I've fallen for hair milk. So I use a Carol's Daughter hair milk. And I use it after I wash my hair. Because I'm growing my color out. And it got really dry and sort of brittle.
Right.
So it seems to be helping restore. So I like it. And it smells good.
Your stuff does smell very well. I have some.
Yeah. Okay. What is your favorite childhood story or book?
Oh, The Princess and the Pea.
Well, I don't know that story.
Pull your life together, Serena.
I don't. Princess.
Y'all never heard of it? Nobody ever heard of it.
No, we've all heard of it, except
I don't. It's okay. I'll Google it. Princess and
right.
the Pea.
I'm like,
Princess and the Pea is
I
bomb.
need you to
It's
Google.
like such a good lesson in
Siri,
it.
what is The Princess and the Pea? Serena does not know.
The Princess and the Pea knocked me off my high horse. I love that book.
No, I don't know that one, y'all.
Your heart, bro. Bless your heart.
That is hilarious.
Oh, okay. So I'm really gonna date myself.
Okay.
I love. Okay, so it's kind of two. One, I love Lady and the Tramp.
That's a good one.
The book, the story. I named my first dog after Lady in the book. I read that story over and over and over again. Love it, love it, love it. And then anything that had Snoopy in it. Anything that had Snoopy in it.
So it had to be Snoopy and it couldn't be Charlie Brown.
I don't want to see that little white boy.
Oh.
I like
the dog. We have it. And there we have it.
And it took too long for Franklin to come to the series. Y'all know Franklin?
Yeah.
And Franklin had to sit at the table
by himself. And Franklin always had a trail of dirt follow him and a blanket, right?
No, that was Pigpen. Franklin was the one.
Like, how racist would that be if they the black kid got the dirt following them? Like, no, I was kidding.
That is hilarious. Tell us how you really feel. Franklin at the table by nobody can sit next to Franklin though.
I love Franklin though.
Franklin was different.
At the table. Period. So he was in the story.
That's right.
Tanisha, you got yours?
I don't.
Okay. Well, I can go next. You can get us out.
Okay, you go next, and I'll think about it.
I was a big fan of Curious George. Let's see. I like The Little Engine That Could. I think that's about it, and all the Dr. Seuss, The Cat in the Hat kind of thing.
Yeah.
Musical, the musical.
Yeah.
Tanisha, nothing?
Yeah.
Oh, I I like the Never Ending Story.
Oh, that's awesome.
That terrified me. Oh my God.
Sure.
That white, I'm still to this day scared of that white flying
That big
dog.
white thing.
But he was gentle. He was a gentle
I don't
monster.
care what he was. He was,
and he could fly.
He was terrifying.
Yeah.
He could fly.
I don't think I ever even finished that movie because once he came into this crowd, I was like, "Nah, I'm good on this one."
Because I never wanted it to end. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay, last question, and it's a question for everybody. What is your hangover ritual?
That's easy.
Oh, girl, I got a 1-year-old. I ain't got no hangovers.
Oh, okay. Oh, good for you.
I ain't got the I'm not allowed to have hangovers. She don't care about no hangover. That's my hangover cure right there. That's it. Like, okay. My hangover cure is knowing that she doesn't care. Mm-hmm. So she's gonna be on 100 the next day. So that's like, yeah, nah, sis, how about you not get a hangover because you're not gonna be happy have to get up and deal with this child. So yeah, I don't get hangover. I had a hangover in over almost 2 years. I have a hangover. Wow. Plus, I'm still nursing, so I don't get that drunk.
Got it.
I can't drink that much.
Okay. Got it.
So that's what it'll take to not be drinking a lot. All right.
Glennis, what's yours since you already got yours?
Oh, it's so very easy. It's sleep.
Really?
I just don't get out the bed. I just sleep. Or unless I have to go to the bathroom, get right back in the bed because it's harder to recover than when I was younger. So
hangovers over 30.
Exactly. Sleep. I don't have like a cocktail, like a concoction. People like to eat and drink certain things or whatever. I just sleep.
Okay. I got mine. So
we know.
It is.
It involves food. It is sweet
it
and
always.
savory.
No, shut up.
It's a sweet and savory concoction.
So, mine is an egg and cheese sandwich. The bread doesn't matter. It could be wheat. It could be croissant, English muffin, egg and cheese, ginger ale with bitters. That's it. And I felt a lot better after that.
A sweet and savory concoction. See?
It worked. It worked for me.
So is this pre-hangover or is this I'm hungover now I need help?
Which one? I'm hungover and I need help. That's what it is.
Jesus help me.
Okay. Yes, Lord help me.
Okay. Okay. Well, the fact that you can get up and get to this egg and cheese sandwich to make it. Right. Listen. Right. I'm like,
who said I gotta make it?
I'm already hungover. I can't. I'm like, let me just eat the sleeve of Ritz crackers and hope for the best.
Exactly. Tanisha.
I'm drinking water out the faucet. Like,
Lord Jesus.
She just stood up and made an egg and cheese sandwich.
It's not enough. Water would not be enough for me. I need to.
Oh man.
Because I know when my hangovers happen, they happen when I don't eat enough and when I drink enough water mostly, but I'm going to need food most of the time.
Exactly.
Now mine is more preventative than reactive.
Okay, what's yours?
I have to eat like a greasy sandwich or something.
Exactly.
Before.
Now how you going to talk about mine and yours is the same thing?
But that's
I didn't make it. This is before. Like I'm already out and lit. I get me a sandwich on the way home. Drink a bottle of water, take 2 Advil, and go to bed. Now, if it just so happens that I ain't pull it together and get that, then I'm eating some ramen for the next day.
Ooh.
And by ramen, I mean the oodles and noodles in the packet.
Oh, that's
like
what you mean. Okay. That's
right.
That's
add hot water and serve, and then and then go to sleep. And then wake up.
Oh, I want some ramen now.
Wow. Right?
Right. You want that? But that's the cure. Yeah, me standing up long enough to make a sandwich.
Listen, I gotta do something. I cannot sit. And listen, when I have a hangover, it is bad. It's my stomach. It's my head.
Oh.
I can't lay in that. I gotta get up and do something about it. That's it.
But then how do you get up? Like you stand up and you don't feel like dizzy and
Nah, I don't think I get that bad, but
Yeah, I just don't
need
have
like if
do
worst comes to
anything.
worst, then I'm eating saltines. I'm cracking open a ginger ale, still got my bitters, and I'm just eating saltines over the counter. Like, whoo, Jesus, just get me together. But
Jesus. Hilarious.
In dark.
Yeah.
but knock
Sounds
on
fun.
wood,
I'm
that has
trying to
not
think
happened in a while.
what I used to do. I think I used to eat fruit and bread. Fruit
Fruit?
and bread.
Oh
Or
my
maybe
God,
Oh,
that's
it's tear my stomach up. I'll be throwing up all over the place.
Listen,
I'm
before
like,
wait, what kind
I
of
would
fruit
need
though?
all new sheets. My underwear is ruined forever. I done blew the back out the toilet. Like, no, this is a bad situation.
Wait, what kind of fruit though?
I totally
I
agree
need,
with
you know what? Because I need acid.
You need
you.
acid.
Okay.
Ooh, I need the
I need
opposite.
acid. So
Mm.
like, I
Beer,
would.
you getting a side eye. Beer
No, we're
is
just
acid.
confused. We just have questions. We don't. Yeah, we just have
We're not
questions.
judging. We just trying to figure this
No,
out.
I
Okay,
mean,
this is the safe
listen.
place. This is a
I'm
safe
trying
place.
to
You in the
think.
circle. It's safe here. Safe here.
I'm trying to think what I used to do. Man, I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure it was fruit and
Mm.
bread. Like I need warm bread. I need warm bread. It has to be
Okay.
warm. I
So
can't
you,
just eat
Okay.
like.
so you on that croissant thing and the cheese and what Sarita was talking about.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
down with
The
that. That
Okay.
whole
butter
thing she
on it.
said.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that for sure.
I'm on team Tanisha because I will. If before I go out, I usually stop. If I hadn't eaten like a decent meal with some pasta or whatever, I make sure I stop at McDonald's and I'll get a burger and French fry. It's
Mm.
got to soak up the liquor. I can't be
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I just live
McDonald's,
on.
listen, you want me to be throwing up all over the place. I
I
throw
got
up
a
McDonald's and I won't even be drunk. Mm.
Yeah, I just live on regret and like. I, I kind of like don't leave the bed or whatever, and I let my daughter just tears whatever it is. And like I said, I haven't had like a real hangover, but 2 glasses of wine for me is like, all right,
Wow.
you pushing. I used to be able to take down a bottle of wine and be good.
Well.
Like, what's up? What we doing? But 2 glasses of wine now, I'm like, all right,
I
that's
might on this show tonight. But yeah, that's what happens when you have a
yeah,
baby. That
no,
Yeah.
I hear that. Lessens your
Hmm.
no
tolerance.
chill,
You're
like no chill.
you're a great mom.
You tell her that in a couple years when she acted out. I'm like, do you remember when I sacrificed for you? I stopped drinking wine for you. Damn kids, man. They don't even know.
She gonna be like, and more for me. She gonna be saying,
Exactly. She gonna be like, I
well,
used to
not in
taste
a
that
few
wine,
years.
Mom. Stop.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh,
So
God.
before we go, please
That's
tell
what I was like, Mom
everybody.
used to taste it.
Please tell everybody where they can find you, your social media, your website, and everything.
So my personal social media is at Sipping Social Light. I ain't sipping too much these days, but I am still sipping. I'm sipping and tipping.
Okay.
My business social media is the Hue Society everywhere. At the Hue Society everywhere.
Okay,
And
what's the lit one? I want to follow that one.
the lit one.
The
What lit?
one
Like all
that you post to the most often, because you say not sipping. Yeah, which one that you like? I posted this one all the time.
Oh, you know what? I'm like split in between. If I post on my personal on Tuesday, Hue Society ain't get no love on Tuesday. Like
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
But it's definitely a good medium in between the two. And my website is www.thehuesociety.com. So, we sell some really cool wine stuff. Really cool wine stuff. Like that. That was another kind of. You made it through this whole interview. Don't do that.
She's like enough's enough.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
She's like,
she's
your
like, yeah,
time's
sis.
up,
She's
Mom.
like, I gave you.
Yeah.
We we sell some really cool wine stuff though. That was another reason why I got into drinking wine. I love wine glasses.
Hmm.
That is the only snobbish part of me with wine.
Yeah.
Like I'll drink a $2 chuck. As long as it's not gonna give me a hangover, I don't care what the wine like costs or whatever. But wine glasses, if you give me that thick stupid circular wine glass.
Like at Fridays and like pubs and stuff.
I hate the trap. Yeah, nah. I'm like, I'm not drinking this. Like, can you give me a cup or something at least? Like, I can't deal. So I love wine accessories. So we saw some pretty cool accessories on my Facebook page. Wine stones. You could chill your wine without diluting it, like all kinds of stuff. So that's there. And
this is cute. Oh,
Glenn's already on it. Glenn's like the interview.
The light is not. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I see.
The light won't let you be great.
Oh,
yes, pretty much.
Yeah, that carafe amazing.
So it's a carafe with a spigot. Oh, look at that.
I try to make sure I pick like really dope, like elegant stuff. I don't want like little blah blah. Definitely, you can go find that stuff somewhere else. But I definitely put some time into curating the stuff that I buy. So, yeah, we're there. I don't promote my store as much as I could, but it's. I mean, you gotta pick one. Decide what you want me to do. You want me to pick one. I'm either going to be a mom today, or I'm going to sell some stuff, or I'm going to give you some education, or pick one.
And so, are you on an event break now that Essence is over, or do you have?
I did take a little bit of a break. Okay. I actually have an event coming up next month in Philadelphia. I'm doing a yacht party. So
Ooh.
I'm doing a sweet suite.
A what?
A sweet suite.
Sweet.
I don't know what that is.
So I'm doing all sweet wines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in like a sweet format.
Oh, cute.
Like in a suite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I'm doing that on this yacht. Because like I said, like everybody starts with sweet wine, but it's just the education. Like, you want to start with sweet wine? Everybody does, but don't get stuck there. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to drink sweet wine, here's a variety of them, not just Moscato.
Or vanilla pudding.
Oh, don't talk about Gabrielle Union.
Girl,
okay?
you know that wine is bad.
Horrible.
You know
I never had it.
It's horrible.
You can have my bottle. I got a bottle.
Right.
It's out of production, right?
I hope so.
I'm surprised. Really?
But you know what? Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Gabrielle Union probably loves wine, but she doesn't understand.
Right.
How to make it. But yeah, I'm doing that. But I do have something really cool that I'm working on in DC and Maryland coming in September after there's a Black wine and liquor festival in Maryland in September.
Yeah.
Is that the one you went to, Sarita?
No, I haven't gone yet.
Oh, okay.
So I'm working with another group, and we're going to do a reception and Q&A after that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're working on that, putting that together, and just little by little, I'm doing more events and stuff. I really had to take some time and spend some time with my kid, because those Essence months, whoo, child. She was was literally nursing and raising herself almost. I don't even let her watch TV that much, but she was sign language out on this TV. Like, all right, Mom, I just couldn't do it anymore. So I really had to take some time off. But next month I'm coming back, and we'll just keep going and going and going, giving the people what they need. They don't even know it.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This was so fun. I love this. I felt this was so dope. Like, I think just period. This is such a dope podcast. So
we appreciate it.
Love and light to you, ladies. I hope you guys keep going and flourishing, and have some dope guests. And I saw Andre's interview. Hilarious.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Oh, I love Andre. He's hilarious. Yes. He's a very nice guy.
Exactly, and his wines are good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he sent wine to the Black Wine Experience.
Excellent.
He wasn't able to make it, but he did support, and he sent. And that's why, he's one of my favorites. I mean, way before I did a photo, I had put in a magazine, and I had featured his wine. I didn't even know, but he's definitely dope. Like, I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
saying.
Wow. Was Theopolis there as well?
No, she wasn't.
Why you smile like that?
Okay.
You know why.
Okay, let's close this out. Hey, good night, everybody. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in to the Swirl Suite. Don't forget to follow us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Play. And you can follow us on all social media at Swirl Suite. You can follow myself, Sarita, at Buy Me Up. You can follow Tanisha at Girl Meets Class, Glennis at I Rewind, and Vino Noir. And you can follow